Hi everybody, and thank you for tuning in. If it's the first time in my channel, I'll let you know that here we like to try new art supply all the time. We like to create mixed media pieces and acrylic pieces on canvas. So if you like any of this topic, make sure to stay until the end, like and subscribe. For today's video, I am going to share with you how I overcome my art block whenever I feel like one is on the way. I have a different way that I do so, and while I chat with you about that, I am going to share a little clip where I show you how I create this very simple mixed media piece that I created during my holiday. Let's get started. There we are, guys. It's time to share you how I created this piece, and then there are 5 different techniques that I use when I feel an art block could potentially come, and I hope that this technique may be useful for you, inspiring for you. Let's start with the first one. One thing that I do all the time to always keep me curious and keep me wanting to create is to jump from one art medium to another. And you know this, you see this happening all the time in my channel, but I like to use a different material so that I always stay interested in create, because I am curious to experiment and to try something new. And sometimes will be different material for the same project, so I don't stuck to just using acrylic or just oil pastel for one project, but I use like in this case, a few different supply, or sometimes many different supply. Or sometimes I try a completely new medium that I never tried before to be inspired. Or sometimes between project I create with different medium. So like today I will focus in only using acrylic. Means that tomorrow maybe I will just use paint marker, and the day after soft pastel, and so on. So this is a big way for me to always stay curious, always stay creative, and always wanted to produce artwork. But this is not the only way. One more technique that I like to use is to use cheap material. Yes, sometimes we are too caught up in using very precious supply, a expensive sketchbook, or some expensive color pencil, and so on. And this kind of let us struggle with the idea of producing an artwork, because we may feel like wasting the supply. So using a cheap material, or just having a little stash of more economical art supply, could be a way for you and for me to keep wanting to experiment and produce, and don't feel like you are going to waste your material and make that an excuse not to create. One more technique is to do something creative that is completely different. The important is to keep being creative. So if creating a artwork is your art style, but at the moment you cannot do that, you don't feel like doing that, try something creative that different. For example, for me is scrapbooking, and that can potentially unlock something beautiful and make you want you to create again and again. Then there are many sources of inspiration out there, so maybe why don't visit our art art gallery or art store, or for me like a second-hand bookstore, or going out in nature and take a lots of picture yourself that could potentially inspire you to create something. The last technique I want to share is to use intuitive painting. That's probably the easiest, best one to start again, and is not to think about anything, but just let the color guide your practice. Doesn't matter if it's terrible, it's not shareable on social media, it is just for you. And this is what I want you to remember. Remember that you don't need to share everything on social media or with the people next to you, your classmate, and so on. Not every artwork has to be perfect. Most of them is just for practice. Most of them is for improvement, and most of the artwork you create is for you. So please remember this one, remember the technique I share with you, and I really hope these were useful suggestion. Let me know in the comment which one you relate the most with, and if there is any other technique you like to use to overcome an art block. It's always good to hear from you and to share and help other people that may read your comment. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the like button. And if you want to join the community, subscribe. I will see you at the next video. Bye.